All righty. Well, let's get started with Dale
All
Lowry.
on the- How you guys doing today, or everyone today?
Good, Cam. Just wondering, first of all, congratulations on the new contract.
Thank you.
When you were going into free agency there, did you think that this was going to happen? Were there conversations there, or what was the process like there that first day of the tampering period?
Obviously just first and foremost, embracing the whole process, I'm taking time with family, just getting around all the close ones, and really just enjoying the time, just training, getting after in that sort of aspect. And I guess you could say for myself, at least the opportunities just kind of just fell in line. And, more than excited, more than, willing and ready to put my best foot forward, for this organization and embrace every opportunity. It's just a blessing, to continue what we've built, let's say in 4 years. Obviously I'm not complacent with that. And I say that just because I'm not, where I know I can be and want to be. And, I'm looking forward to really, like I said, giving that for this organization, for his city, and, continuing to putting out winning efforts and winning products to achieve the goals that we want to overall.
Let's go to Noah Strackbean. Noah.
Hey, Cam, like Dale, congratulations on the contract. Have you had any discussions with Coach Tomlin or Coach Butler about whether you're going to play more on the inside or the outside?
I'm going into it, coming out of exit meetings, going out into the offseason, into the season, they were going to give me every opportunity to come in and play outside. So, with that alone, it's something that I knew I can do. It's not something that I haven't done before. And obviously this whole, just even in the midst of playing inside and being able to move around, this is really just not saying a new thing, but as a career wise, I've always been a stationary kind of outside guy, so that's just a product of, and confidence in myself and them having the confidence in me to be able to move and still have the same success, whether inside or outside. And kind of now it's just kind of those opportunities have presented themselves. And like I said, I'm ready. It's not something new. It's not a shock to me. It's not, it's not, the standard is the standard. You know what I mean? And I'm ready to give that. So however that entails, however that entails, throughout the year or whatever that breakdown is. At the end of the day, like I said, it's all about winning. I'm all about team. I'm all about winning, and I'm ready to bring that for this organization.
Ray Fittipaldo.
Hey, Cam, when you got a few starts late in the season, you would play outside, then you would bump inside when you went nickel and dime.
Mm-hmm.
Now that you'll presumably be the outside starter, would you prefer just to stay outside, or do you think is there any issue with you bumping inside for nickel?
I love that. Like I said, just more opportunity. More opportunities to impact the game, and that's just in the flow of the game. Obviously there are situations where there is just a base defense out there, and I have the comfortability of playing outside. And then obviously you have the situations of sub packages or different breakdowns or schematics. Based upon what we're faced on throughout the week. And obviously that creates more opportunities for guys to step in and embrace the roles for themselves too. You know what I mean? So we're all, like I said, we're all in this together. It's not just, I just have this role and I'm a part of this. No, we're all moving pieces and parts that can be interchangeable and can be still productive, So like I said, I have the comfortability of starting outside. And then, like I said, situationally you have to move inside. That's just the flow of the game. You're never going to just say, hey, I'm going to line up on this side of the field. There are going to be times where you have to cross the side of the ball or, go with a guy in motion, so that's just all the versatility within the game, just being on the toes, having your head on the swivel and being just ready for whatever. Because as a defense, we're reactive in a sense anyways, offense knows the snap counts, they know the plays, so we got to be ready for everything.
Let's go to Mike Prizzuta.
Cam, the way you guys did it last year, it was always when Hayden or Nelson was unavailable, it was you taking over and then Lane would come in and you'd go inside for the sub.
Mm-hmm.
for the Cleveland game, you guys went with Pierre
Mhm.
in the playoffs. Do you know why that change was made, and what do you envision for Lane and Pierre in terms of roles going forward?
Yeah, coming into that part, I don't know what changed in that scenario. Obviously, that's above, my pay grade. I line up and go to battle for whoever's out there. I don't care who's to the left of me. At the end of the day, like I said, we're a team. So, and there's no animosity, there's no hate in between that. Whether guys are up or whatever that is, that's just our bond and how close we are. So just a situation in that, just like I said, guys just stepping into opportunity or having an opportunity, and just maximizing the opportunity and making the most of it. Making that really count. So just going forward for those guys. And like I said, just going into the season, they're going to have opportunity to come in and battle and compete. And like I said, it's the same thing. Nothing's given to anybody. No one's position is given or granted. In this league, in this business, and you move on a day-to-day basis. Like I said, you come in with the same mentality and mindset, and just come in and work, and good things will happen for you. So those guys, like I said, just come in and compete and battle, work, keep their head down, and keep putting out, like I said, good product, and they'll continue to help this organization like they have done this far.
We're going to Mark Caboli.
Hey, Kim, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Yourself?
Pretty good, pretty good. Hey, you spent 4 years getting the free agency. Typically, you would go, check and see what's out there. Did you check and see what's out there?
Most definitely.
Or did the Steelers present a proposition to you where, it was hard to turn down being a starting outside guy?
Well, like you said, this is your first opportunity to experience that, so just not letting that overwhelm me and us in this situation. The family time really helped with that. So just going over all the situations and scenarios that we had. Sorry, Louis. Going over our situations and scenarios that we had, and obviously just my relationship with Pittsburgh, with Mike T, with Kev, just expressing that too, and they didn't fight that. That's not a battle of no, you can't do this, no, you can't do that, and that's just respect. Just the bond that we have and relationship with everything. So it wasn't a hard process as far as going once you got through all situations, and it's understanding what was the best fit and the best opportunity. It wasn't hard to make a decision.
Will Graves.
Cam, I mean, it's good news for you, but you're also going to come to work with, some guys that you've been lining up with and won't be there anymore, with Steven gone and Mike gone, and obviously up in front of you, Bud, and some of the and Vince. I mean, how does this unit get better when you had minus two guys that were super impactful for you guys the last couple of years?
Man, obviously just first and foremost, the love and respect that you have for those guys, and just the fellowship that you build with them. Like I've had a relationship with those guys even before, Pittsburgh. All three of those guys you just named are just from Atlanta area in itself. Just outskirts of Atlanta, or came up through the area. So you hear about those guys. You played against those guys. I played against Mike in college. At Ole Miss. Things of that nature. I played against Bud in SEC. So. Just to have the opportunity to, like I said, the fellowship with those guys, it's always special and memorable. You never take it for granted, but at the end of the day, obviously the whole business aspect of it never gets overshadowed. And, obviously you understand that's a part of it. But, like I said, they're venturing off on their own, and they're going to continue their success as well. And like I said, with them departing and still embarking on their journey, that's creating opportunities for guys that we have in our building, and we'll add to the team, whether it's through draft or continue throughout the year. And like I said, we're ready for that. We're ready for that. Obviously the COVID time is kind of hindering that, whether speculations are getting around guys, but still guys are still communicating every day. Guys are still finding ways to work out and talk ball and just bond, and that's what it's all about bringing guys closer for that one common goal.
Chris Adamski.
Hey, Cam.
Hey, how you doing?
Not too bad. How are you?
Good.
We talked to Robert Spillane a little earlier. Did he kind of prove to you guys and the rest of the D, you have a new, he had to start last year, kind of prove that his worth to you guys as a starter, as one of you. And then he also talked about, covering receivers in the slot, and sometimes he gets asked to do that. That's been your main job at times. Is he capable of that in your mind too?
Yeah, Coach definitely he is. Obviously he has to be. That's just a part of our schematics and just ball in general. You know, offenses are finding ways, you know, schematically week in, week out to attack defenses, putting guys in the slot, putting guys in different situations to obviously create success for themselves. You know, so as a player, as an individual yourself, you have to understand yourself in those roles and know that you're going to be faced with that. You know, so we're talking with Rob. You know, that's obviously one of my boys. Is real close, and just talking him through, you know, whether, you know, certain concepts or certain things he's looking at, you know, whether and he got more comfortability in that. You know, Rob's already a physical, you know, headhunter, you know, intellectual, smart guy, you know, that can play ball in his own, you know. So he's just continued to fine tune his game and continue to find his comfortability. And you've seen thus far, like I said, the success that he's had, and we're looking for that, obviously, for that to continue to build. Obviously, I know that that can continue to build for him, and we're all excited for that, obviously, because that's one of our boys, that's one of our own. You know what I mean? So we ride for our boys.
All right, we'll move on to Brian Backo.
Hey, Cam, what was your reaction to seeing the news that Steve Nelson was not going to be here next year? Were you surprised by how that all went down, or did you kind of think from your exit interview that there might be a shakeup like that coming?
Yeah, no, not to say no indication as far as what's going on, shakeup or anything. Like I said, just I only know what's going on. Obviously, my situation. You know, like I said, I was presented to, you know, have every opportunity, you know, to continue, you know, and as is, and as a competitor, I'm coming in for that, you know, whether he, you know, not to say just his situation, whether he was here or not. So that's just what that is in that situation. And you know, like I said, that's my boy, all love and respect. But it's business, you know. That's things that people sometimes don't see or necessarily understand. It's not necessarily a personal thing it's not a personal thing. He doesn't want to be in Pittsburgh or you know, it's bad blood with coaches or business or anything like that. You know, it's just business works. You don't know what he has going on for himself or his family or whatever, and opportunity that's going to present for himself. So, like I said, you have to be more than willing and happy for his opportunity too. So, that's how I look at it. You know, like I said, it might not look the same for somebody else, but hey, you know, like I said, and in the midst of that, like I said, I've been able to create opportunity for myself now, and ready to roll with it. You know, full head of steam. So.
All right, we got a couple follow-ups. We'll go back to Mark.
Hey, Cam, I know you signed a 2-year deal, but it sure looks like, I mean, how it's structured is you could be in line for an extension here next September before the season. Is that on your mind at all of, you know, having a good season so you can get that next big contract? Does that go into any of the negotiations?
I'm not necessarily worried about the contract aspect. You know, I'm just worried about, like you said, continue to put great tape out there, great product out there, and win games, man. Like I said, whatever it is to continue to win games, I'm all about that. I'm all for that. So, you know, within that, all the perks, you know, contracts and all those things, that's a plus. It's life changing, and I understand all those things. But you know, at the end of the day, if I don't take care of my business out there on the field, there is no opportunity for that. So, you know, that's in the sense of itself, and you know, I understand that, and you can't be nothing but ready to continue to embrace that role. Like I said, Pittsburgh has had confidence in me since day one. You know, gave me every opportunity to even step forth and live out my dreams. You know, so just to be able to continue that now, I'm all for that.
All right, we'll wrap it up. We'll go back to Dale.
Yeah, Cam, there's been a history here of kind of mid-round cornerbacks, Deshae Towns and William Gay, starting off as kind of, you know, that nickel corner role and developing into starters. Do you see yourself as the next in line in that transition?
Most definitely. I mean, you just mentioned a guy like yourself, Will Gay himself. I came in and played with Will Gay, you know, and I learned so much from him. Obviously, without even the opportunity to necessarily step field as much as I wanted to out there on the field with him, you know, just watching how he moved, you know, how he carried himself, you know, in the building, you know, and out of the building, you know, and that was uplifting, to continue to see that obviously on a daily basis and be around guys, that older kind of sense of guys, and and let alone in position group like that. Just I really appreciate that from him, whether he really knows and understands himself, but just all the talks, whether it's small or big, it's always defined points that you can take from things that change your life forever. So that's what he's been able to be, for me.
All right, Cam, I think that'll do it.
Awesome. Appreciate you guys.